Hey, Christian. Hey, guys. On today's episode, we're going to be making these really cool shirts right here. See, we have a white one and a black one. The cool thing is, by designing it the way that this guy's going to design it, you don't have to do too many things. Christian blows it out of the park again. Check out the great design that he did. This design was broken down into two steps. One of them is the outline, and they were converted to PNGs. And the other one is the inlay, the inner part, which was also converted to a PNG. And when you combine them, you get this really nice design. So we're going to import this into our Sign Master software. Make sure that your canvas is 12 by 12. We're going to go right to our File Explorer, go to our file for our vinyl, the one that I just downloaded. And there it is. And all I have to do is just take it and drag it right into the Sign Master software. Once I have it in the software, I just have to place it onto my canvas. And this is the outline or the size that I wanted, which is a 12 by 12. Once I have it lined up, go to the Apple, you're going to click Create Contour, hit Yes. And here we want to make sure that the holes are selected. And for the size, the minimum size, you want it to be 1. That's going to make sure that the outline stays really tight on the design. And again, make sure that your holes are selected. And once you have that, you're going to click Trace, and the computer's going to do all the magic for you. And this was a PNG file that we had imported into the Sign Master software. And just accept. And that's it. So once it's accepted, it's just a matter of cutting. So take it to your cutter. You're going to go to Cut Now. Before you do that, you might want to check your connection to make sure that the printer is connected correctly. So one way to do that is make sure that you're on the port, and also make sure that it's on the USB port. Okay, it's really important that it's on the USB. Once you have that, you can just click Cut Now and click Yes. And there it goes. Now it's going to the cutter. So on the cutter, you just have to open the paper dogs, slip your paper through, make sure that the clear part is on the bottom. You want the vinyl on top because it's going to cut that. And it's always in mirror because you have to turn it upside down. So you can see the vinyl cutter is just going at it. Man, that thing is fast. It does a really good job. So once you have, whenever you're ready for the other designs, you're just going to repeat this process over and over. And once we're done, we're going to go to the heat press. Okay, the shirts are ready to press. Now, there's one more thing we need to address. If you notice, the number and the name are very close together. This was done on purpose to conserve vinyl. Had we laid this out the way it was going to go on the shirt, it would have saved us a little bit of steps. However, it would have used a lot more vinyl. So once we have these together like this, we're going to fold it so that we can see the center line on everything. And then I'm going to separate the name from the number. And once I do this, I'll be able to position them wherever I want exactly with accuracy. So here we go. Let's do the white shirt first. So we're going to take our plait and then we're going to pull it out. And I can do this just like that. I am going to use a little sheet of old DTF paper in the middle because this is perforated. I don't want the vinyl to stick to anything on the bottom. And this will be just fine. So first thing we're going to do is let's give it an initial press to make sure that everything is nice and flat. Just for 10 seconds. Okay. Nice and flat. Beautiful. Okay, so now we're going to separate these two. And I'm going to do the night part first. So I already folded this in half so I could see where my center is. And I'm going to use the name tag as my center. And I want to have the name just right on the crease on the shirt there. So here we are, we're in the center. Now the good thing is that the paper acts as a sticky and it's going to stay right in place. You just want to make sure that it's all lined up. Looks good. Here we go. You know what? We can go ahead and put the number at the same time. We don't have to do it separately. So instead of doing 4 presses, we can just do 2. So we'll put the number. The number was folded in half as well. So we're going to follow along with the center and we're going to bring this down just a little bit right here. Make sure that it's perpendicular or parallel to the top. And there we go. So in one press, we'll take care of both of them. Here we go. Beautiful. Okay. Now let's give that just a little bit of time to cool off, and then we'll peel it. Okay. Now that we have the first layer down, we're gonna go ahead and put the numbers. This is where you have to be as accurate as possible. We want it to come out real nice the first time around. All right, so the number's ready to go. Let's get the name. There we have it. Let's press. All right, I'm gonna let that cool, and while that's cooling, I'm gonna start the next one. So here's what we did. We've got the black shirt. Let's go ahead and put that in there. And we can put this in half first. Just separate them. And to get the center, I'm just folding this in half and just causing a crease right here on the vinyl and on the bottom. That way I know where the center is. That's it. And I'm gonna do the same thing with the numbers. That's gonna help us line everything up. Let's pre-press this. I'm using the tag as my center point reference. I'm right on the line. There we go. I didn't like that. You can always repeat it. Make sure it's right in the middle. There's my center. Let's get that right there. Perfect. And now for the number. Well, that's cool enough. Let's peel these off. And we are going to press it one more time, just to make sure that this gets really nice and in there. That looks great. So there is an area that's slightly lifted right here on the end, and that's because of the gap in between the neck. So the platen really couldn't press it harder. This is where the pressing pillow comes in real handy when you have stuff like this. It kind of makes everything nice and even. So we're going to take the pressing pillow and put it right inside it. I can get rid of this. And you're going to see that this is going to sit really nice now. Nice and flat. So here we go. And 10 seconds. Okay, look at that. That is beautiful, and it is in there. That's not going anywhere. So let's do the same thing. This is done. Check it out. That's so nice. Now let's take the black one and do the same thing. This time, before I peel it though, I am going to use the pressure pillow or the pressing pillow to make sure that it gets really well seated before I peel it off. That's what I should have done in the beginning. There we go. Yeah, you could definitely see the difference. So we'll let that cool off just a little bit before we peel it. In the meantime, we're going to get these ready. And look, this is much easier to peel now that I've used the pressing pillow. Look at that, real nice, because it's very well seated in the fabric. So now let's match these up. Okay. We have one more press to do with just a regular Teflon sheet, and we're done. All right, guys. That's it. Look at that.